Let's say that you're on some type of a game show and you've been doing quite well, and you're now at the round where you get to pick your fantabulous vacation. And so there are three possible places that you could go. You could go on an island beach vacation. You could go skiing on a ski vacation, or you could go camping. Now, those aren't the only possibilities, because for each of those vacations, there's different amount of time that you could go on them. So you could go for 1 day, you could go for 2 days, or you could go for 3 days. Three, put that in a different color. You could go for 3 days, you could go for 3 days. So the first question I'd want to know is, well, they're going to randomly pick either a 1 day ski vacation or a 2 day island vacation. The first question I want to know is, what are all of the possible outcomes here? What is the sample space? What is the space from which we are going to pick your particular vacation package? Well, for the sample space, we can construct a grid, which you can see that I've essentially been constructing while I wrote down all of the possibilities. So let me draw out the sample space with these uneven looking grid lines. All right, I think you get the picture, and I'll just abbreviate it. You can go on a 1 day island trip. This is 1 day island trip. You can go on a 2 day. Actually, let me just write it this way. All of these are going to be 1 day, right? Because of the 1 day column. All of these are going to be 2 days, and all of these are going to be 3 days because it's on the 3 day column. And all of the ones in this row are going to be island trips. So it's 1 day island trip, 2 day island trip, 3 day island trip. This second row, it's all ski trips. 1 day ski trip, 2 day ski trip, 3 day ski trip. And then finally, everything in this third row, they're camping trips. 1 day camping trip, 2 day camping trip, 3 day camping trip. So just like that, we have constructed the sample space right over here. You see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 outcomes. And let's say that each of these outcomes are on a little piece of paper, and they put it in a barrel and they roll it up. And for our purposes, we can assume that they are all equally likely outcomes. So we're going to assume equally likely outcomes. So if we do assume equally likely outcomes, we can figure out a probability. Maybe you live in some place that's cold and you're really not in the mood to go skiing. In fact, you'd like to spend several days away from the snow. So let's ask ourselves a question. What is the probability that you're going to win something at least 2 days on a vacation without snow? 2 days on vacation without snow. You're going to randomly pick one of these 9 outcomes. What's the probability that it's going to give you a vacation that gives you at least 2 days without snow? Well, let's just think a little bit about it. We know the sample space, and we know each of the outcomes are equally likely. There are 9 equal outcomes here. So let's write that down. We got 9 equal outcomes. Now, how many of the outcomes satisfy this event, this constraint? At least 2 days of vacation. Let me write this. 2 days without snow, whether it falls or touching it or whatever. So you're essentially avoiding skiing. You want at least 2 days on something other than skiing. And we're assuming you're not going to go camping in some type of alpine. You're camping in some place that's warm. Well, let's think about these outcomes. So this one is no snow, but it's only 1 day. This is 2 days without snow, so we can circle that one. This is 3 days without snow, so we can circle that one. All of these have snow. This is 1 day without snow, so we're not going to do this one. This is 2 days without snow, and this is 3 days without snow. And so 4 of the equally likely outcomes satisfy this constraint. So you have a 4 divided by 9 probability of getting a vacation that keeps you away from snow for at least 2 days. Hopefully you found that fun and useful for the next time that you are some type of strange game show.